7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
What's up, guys? What is good in the hood? So I just want to kind of give you guys a few tips, a few of you new riders or riders that are short on patience, and that's just tips at red lights. You know, I know a lot of you guys already know this, but it seemed to forget, and then you guys road rage and kind of wild out on people for what? And then once the next set of lights kind of get to it, I'll explain it a bit better of exactly what I'm saying. But people gotta chill out and not road rage as much, and be very careful. Like when you get to a set of lights, why do people get all fucking close to me and shit? But yeah, when people get up to red lights and stuff, and you get a green line like that, a lot of people just kind of take off. Just wait 2 seconds. Like there's a green light, wait 2 seconds, look left and right to make sure nobody's gonna blow that red light. Because a lot of people do the whole yellow light racers, where the second they see the yellow light go up, they stomp on the gas. And then by the time they're in the intersection, you know, sometimes it's either red, and I've had guys go through where it's green for me and they still go through the red light. Whereas if I were being a dick and just take off, be like, oh, you know, I got a green light, and just hit the throttle and go. And I might have the right of way, but I'm gonna be dead right. Do you want to be dead right or alive? So I don't know why people do that. It's just like, take it easy, relax. You know, don't rush it. Make sure that the cars are actually going to come to a stop. That goes for stop signs too. Like, how many people blow stop signs? And you know, as wrong as it is, it's like, take a look at yourself when you're driving a car. When you have an advanced green, you know what I mean? And let's say it goes yellow, and you're like, oh, yellow. How many of you guys speed up to get through on that yellow advanced light so you can take your left-hand turn? Probably most of you. Now you may say you don't, and you're a fucking liar, but most people, when they get, you know, the advanced green and then it goes yellow, they speed up to get that, you know, just to make it through, that one last car to get through. All the time, never fails. But I watched a guy, he posted his video on Facebook. And the oncoming traffic had the advanced green, and then he got his solid green light so that he could go straight, but as soon as it went green, he went to go. And of course, 2 or 3 cars, you know, bullied their way through on that last little light, and some of them didn't make it. But then, you know, he tried to go in the intersection, revving at them and stuff, like making it obvious that they were clearly in the wrong. But it's like, dude, I mean, you're putting yourself in a position to get hit by a car. I mean, I assume that on every advanced green light, where you know, where the people can take their left-hand turn before the opposing traffic and go straight, that there's always a couple cars that go through right at the last. Even if they're not allowed to go, they figure, you know, the opposing traffic isn't moving straight yet, so they go, screw it, it's yellow, I'll just squeeze through. All the time. So I make the assumption that everybody is going to do that. If they don't, great. But there's no way, as soon as I get the green light, I'm just going to, boom, pounce through when there's other vehicles around. It's different when there's nobody around, and you're just kind of having like a little red light race. But when there's cars around, or if you're going in traffic and stuff like that, you're asking for trouble. You have to ride defensive. You don't want to be on the offense on a motorcycle, because regardless of how fast, how tough you think you are, a car can run you over in 2 seconds. Not necessarily on purpose, but by accident. In like 2 seconds. It's easy for them to run us over. because they have a false sense of security being in a cage and everything, and we're being extra cautious, maybe giving a little bit more distance in between us and the car in front of us. But look at that, I went through on the yellow light, literally no chance of me stopping, but I went through. Everybody goes through. We just have to assume, even on times it is illegal because we do go through on the red light. I don't. I really try to make sure that if I can stop on the yellow, that I stop safely. But a lot of people don't. They'll just speed up. You don't want to be a statistic for what? To save yourself 2 minutes or to prove that you had the right of way? You don't want to be dead right, guys. You don't want to be dead right. I know that's my opinion. I just see a lot of people do it. A lot of people get very aggressive at lights, get very pissed off about the right of way and all this, and it's like, just relax, guys. When it goes green, just give yourself 2 seconds, take a look left and look right, make sure that nobody's gonna go through that last, or think that they can make it, and all of a sudden they don't make it and they're blowing a red light and right into you. You don't want to be a splat on a windshield. That's exactly what's going to happen. Then what? Well, I had the right of way with broken legs. You had the right of way and now you got broken fucking legs. Possibly dead. And don't road rage either. I don't know what is with people in road raging. A little rev, a little blurb, but don't get all in people's business. It's not worth it. The bigger man just says fuck it and walks away and gets home to his family, has a beer, and maybe while he's having a beer, bitches about it to his wife. Yeah, this asshole. Because nobody gives a fuck. Nobody gives a fuck. Nobody cares about the bad drivers that you came across on your motorcycle ride home. But you being a dick kind of gives all motorcycles a bad name because people label that. And that's another thing too. You don't know. The guy that you know, let's say a guy blows a red light and then you decide to chase him or whatever. You don't know if that guy's had a previously bad experience with a biker, even though he's in the wrong, where he's like, screw this, and runs your ass over just because he doesn't like bikers. You just don't know. It's not even worth it. Not even worth it. Not even worth it. And same, you see the position I'm in right here? I'm like dead center with the rear end of this. If I get rear-ended, I'm crushed up against this car. Either stay to the left, or in this instance, I'd probably stay a little bit more to the right. But where I am right now is a fucking death trap. This is amateur hour on Motorbike Mike's YouTube video right now. Do not do what I'm doing at this moment. See, look at that. That's what I mean. Everybody kind of barrels through. When that advanced green goes yellow, they always squeeze through into the last. I can go. Because once you start to go, obviously the other traffic's not just going to go purposely hit you, but there's always one motorcyclist. I don't know why. It's always a newer rider, an aggressive rider. And aggressive and motorcycles don't go good together. That's how people end up fucked up in accidents, dead. I had the right of way. Then they get smoked. Like, I don't know why that guy went in front of that car. Like, where's this guy going? There's a turning lane, like an actual turning lane, but what do I know, right? Yeah, just be safe, guys. Be extra cautious about when you're going through stoplights and red lights, and especially advanced greens. Don't assume that people are going to stop, not even just advanced greens, but don't assume that anybody's going to stop on a yellow light. You know, just don't assume. Don't take, if you're in the intersection, you're taking a left-hand turn, and then all of a sudden you get a yellow light, and there's a car coming, just wait to see if they speed up and go through it, because they may even blow that red light. And then you go to take your left-hand turn because you're stuck in on it for some reason at a yellow, and then boom, Bob's your uncle. R.I.P. It's not worth it. You gotta drive defensive, drive smart, take it easy. Like, you guys didn't see me whipping in and out of traffic during rush hour. Rush hour is the most deadly time for motorcyclists, because a lot of people are either, you know, in a rush and late for work, you know, in a rush to maybe get home. Maybe they're not feeling well, maybe they're tired and they've worked you know, a double shift or something, and they don't notice that the light changed, and you go to go assuming that they're gonna stop, and they don't. And many times they don't. At least once or twice a day, I see people blow a red light. That's not to say they're like, yeah, screw the red light, I'm going through it. I'm sure it's an accident. But that's the catch. That means they're not paying attention. There's a lot of people not paying attention on the road. That's why you have to pay extra attention on a motorcycle and be extra cautious around you and see dangers before they happen. You want to be proactive, not reactive. If you have to react to a situation that you might not have, or you may have noticed ahead of time, you could be in for a rude awakening. Anyways, that's all I got to talk about, really. I just kind of wanted to say that. Just please stop road raging, guys. It's not worth it. No road rage. Ride defensive. But the most important thing, well, I guess road raging would be the most important thing, but be very, very cautious at red lights. Especially when it's going from yellow to green and advanced greens and stuff. Just make sure that people are going to do what you think they're going to do. Don't assume that they're going to stop. Don't assume that they're taking a right-hand turn. Don't assume anything. So that's it, guys. You guys have a good one. You take care. And I'll see you on the download. Don't forget to smash that like button or thumbs down, whatever you prefer. Leave a comment if you want, of some horror stories that maybe you've been in on advanced turn lights. You guys have a good one anyway. Peace!